Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So today we are going to be testing out a foundation, and yes, I'm still losing my voice. No idea why, but there it goes. Today we are testing out the L'Oreal Age Perfect Radiant Serum Foundation. I'm so excited to test this out. So I saw Soph use this on TikTok and immediately added it to my bag. And then she made a whole YouTube video where she used this again, and I knew I needed to try this foundation because it looks amazing. It's a serum foundation. It has SPF 50. I got mine in the shade Ivory 10, which is the lightest shade on Ulta. So I'm going to go ahead and prep my skin and then we'll get into it. So today I'm using the e.l.f. Skin Moisturizer to prep my skin. I used this just for the first time the other day. I just used about a pump and a half. And I thought it was really, really good. So that's what we were doing today. And I know I probably shouldn't be using such a new moisturizer to test out a new foundation. But e.l.f. has honestly rarely ever done me wrong. So I trust e.l.f. enough to use this with a brand new foundation. I have so much faith in e.l.f. and this moisturizer feels so good and hydrating on my skin. Okay, so now getting into the foundation, let me just tell you guys a little bit about it. So I got it on Ulta. It retails for $16.99, so $17. And it is a radiant serum foundation with SPF 50. And it has vitamin B3 in it, so I'm super excited. I have fairly dry skin, so I'm super pumped to try this out. I love a good CC BB cream, and also it's hydrating. Comes in a little squeezy tube. I don't know, I guess I'll just do what Soph did and squeeze some out on my forehead. She squeezed some out and then she moved it around. It is very liquidy. It definitely has a sunscreeny smell to it. I'm going to be taking a brush since this is a serum BB cream CC cream. So I'm taking the Morphe E63 brush because this is my favorite brush for foundation. Okay. Ooh, oh my gosh. Okay, it smells even more like sunscreen as I blend it in. Oh my gosh, so far, I'm absolutely loving this. Honestly, the smell is kind of nostalgic for me. I don't know, just reminds me of summer days as a kid, going out, having a cake on sunscreen because I'm so fair-skinned and burned really, really easily. Still burn really easily. I just don't go outside now. Oh my gosh. What? This is insane. It's so beautiful. See, I just really trust Soph's opinion on foundations, and if any person in the world can sell me a foundation, it's Soph. She could sell me any foundation. If it looks good on her skin, you best bet I'm probably gonna buy it. I need to zoom you guys in. Look at the glow that it's leaving on my skin. Also, I think this is a great shade match for me. It's maybe a little bit olive toned, but I know with my NYX Tinted Skin Veil video, a lot of people were saying that there aren't enough light olive tone skin tints. This shade definitely has some olive undertones in it. For sure. If you guys can tell, it definitely has a little bit of an olivey skin tone to it, and I really like that a lot. I think it looks really good and neutral on my skin. I'm I don't even have words for this. It's so beautiful. I'm gonna take a smidge more, just build it up a little bit where I'm really red and where I just need a little bit more coverage. It is a very watery formula, so I wouldn't have expected it to have such a beautiful amount of coverage. I mean, I'm going to go in with concealer, but I just really wanted to see the coverage that this has on its own, and it's so good and it's so beautiful. I'm going to go ahead and go in with concealer, but I do want to show you guys how it works with like cream bronzer and blush, but I'm going to go ahead and add concealer first. So for concealer, I just used the e.l.f. Flawless Brightening Concealer, and I think it blended in pretty well. I think my skin's looking really nice and like healthy. So for bronzer, I'm going with the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer. I have mine in the shade Tan Lines, and I'm just like really curious to see. It worked really well with Soph's cream bronzer that she used. I mean, it seems to be blending in nicely. I know this is the Putty Blush Brush. I did get the one for the bronzer, but I haven't tested it out yet. I'm saving that for a testing video, which I know this is a testing video, but a different testing video, so I'll have the correct brush soon. Yeah, this definitely is blending in really, really nicely. Like, just look at that. I don't know, it just looks stunning. I feel like that olive undertone gives me, like, I don't know, more of a, like, tannish look. I can't explain it, because, like, I'm very fair, but I feel like when my foundation brings out those olive undertones, it makes me look a lot healthier. Now for blush, I'm taking the NYX Wonder Stick. I have mine in the shade Light Peach. I think I'm just going to take this side, which is like the more peachy side. I mean, that seems to be blending in really nicely as well. Especially considering the first time I tested out, I did notice that it seemed to pick up my foundation a little bit. So we're going to see if it does that with this one. Having a little bit more trouble blending it in on this side. Just ever so slightly having more problems. Looking a little crazy because it's not blending in. I'm going to take my foundation brush and just blend it in a little bit more. It's flawless. Like, it is flawless. Wow. Alright, I'm going to go powder and finish up my makeup, and we'll finish this video. Okay, guys, this foundation gets a 10 out of 10. It is stunning. It is maybe the most beautiful foundation I've ever seen on my skin. Like, what? Let me zoom you guys in. Look. Look at how stunning. Look at it. I feel like my skin has never looked better. Like, excuse me? I am not surprised, but I am blown away by this foundation. I'm not surprised because I really trust Soph's opinions on foundations, and I saw this on her skin and it looked beautiful. And I definitely expected it to look beautiful on my skin, and it sure does. And considering I don't really use a brush for foundation all the time, I'm really, really impressed with that because I definitely prefer to use a sponge. But with a foundation like this, since it's like a serum, it was really thin. So I would imagine that using a sponge with this extremely like thin and more watery textured foundation, I definitely don't think a sponge would work. I think it would absorb a lot of product. But, yeah. I'm blown away. Thank you so much, Soph, for posting that TikTok. Otherwise, I may not have ended up with this foundation, and I'm so glad that I have. Honestly, I can see this being my new favorite foundation, which is insane to think about. But, I don't know. There's something about it that I think might be out my Morphe Hint Hint Skin Tint, which has been my favorite foundation for a couple of years now. So I'm going to end the video here, but I will probably be back later for a wear test to see how it wears throughout the day. Since it is a serum and it's got SPF and stuff, we're going to see how it goes. It's 12:53, but I think I finished my foundation around 12:30 and then finished the rest of my makeup just now. So around 12:30, I'm going to at least try and do an 8-hour wear test. Should be fairly easy. But yeah, I'm going to end this section here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I am hoping that soon I will have my voice back and won't sound so froggy. It's terrible. I post new videos every single week, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm back. It is now 8:04, so it's only about 7.5 hours later, but this is my check-in for the night. This is my 8-hour wear test, because I'm gonna go take off my makeup and watch a new episode of Only Murders in the Building. So let's have a look, shall we? Okay, let me zoom you guys in. It has worn, obviously, where my glasses were, which is expected of every foundation. It's worn quite a bit around my nose right here. Still looking pretty solid on the cheeks. A little bit right here is gone, and that's probably from me like resting my head and stuff. Like, that's probably why that's gone. A little patchy up here in the corner, but really nothing too dramatic. That is probably from me, like, you know, like fixing my hair and stuff. It doesn't look that bad. Like, at first glance, it still looks fine. Like, you can still see that my skin looks still pretty even and stuff. It doesn't, like, I don't know, it doesn't look bad. This is pretty much what I would expect a, like, skin tint or BB or CC cream to look like after 8 hours. Like, it's not bad at all. My skin still feels like skin. It doesn't feel heavy. It doesn't feel cakey. It didn't cake up anywhere, which is nice. It just kind of faded off a little bit in certain spots, but other than that, I'd say it's pretty dang good. So I'm really happy with this foundation, and I definitely will be using it again. It wore off in normal places that I'm used to my foundation wearing off on. Nothing spectacular. Also, I'm wearing a different shirt because I spilt on my white one. Anyway, you guys, thank you for watching, and have a good night. Bye.